Okay, so this is the start. This is the brand new E4. If you have designing, this is what it'll open up to look like. If you want the decorating, you won't get this toolbar right here, these tools here, but designing gets it. Now, I do want to show you that we have some things that are new. So you'll notice that there's 3 columns here. Now, this center one is totally brand new. It shows the graphical digitizing tools. Very, very easy to do. I'm going to show you those in just a minute. Another thing is, and the best thing is, if you're new to the program, or if you just don't know, I just don't know what that is, you can actually go up to the word setup and click on options, and under the general tab you'll see where it says toolbars, show tool names. I'm going to turn that on. I'm going to show you tell you what show large icons are. That is for if you have a 4D monitor, and when you install the program it gets those little tiny icons. It'll make the icons larger for you. You really don't need it for regular monitors. So I've showed the tool name, so I'm going to click OK and watch what happens. All of the tools now have their names on them. So you can see, okay, that is the tatami. This is closed. This is free closed. You can see what everything is without having to think, oh, I can't remember what that one is, and hover over it to see the bubble pop up. So those makes it. Now there's a con against that. It's great if you need it, but it's unfortunately I don't have a big enough screen to utilize all of it, because, and my screen's I think a 22-inch. You'd probably have to have a 30-inch to get everything, because you'll notice this little arrow right here. That means there's more stuff down here. So these, it still tells me what they are, but I can't see them in the toolbar, okay, because I don't have room at all, okay. So I'm going to turn those back off so I can just see what I need. Okay, now everything goes back to normal and I see all of these. You don't see any of those drop downs like you did before. But if that's something that you need to have turned on, you can. And you probably need to do it if you're, like I said, brand new to the software, or you're updating and they've moved stuff around a little bit. So you'll be able to find that. Now, the graphic digitizing tools, okay? These are fabulous. You can do the open shape, so you just click and it's the same left click for a straight line and right click for the curved line, and then hit enter and it does. And I was on the run stitch, okay, so that's why it's a run stitch. But notice when I select it, there's none of the fills are lit up because it's an open-ended object. There's no way you can fill this because it would fill the whole screen because it's not closed, okay? So that's why only your outlines, and this is your outline stitch tops and your fill stitch tops, okay? So it makes it very easy to change from one to the other. So let's say I want to make this a satin border. So I can click on this, satin run, and boom, makes it a satin stitch. I can make it a fill. If I zoom in on it, you can see that it's a fill now. I can make it the new sculpture run, and if you have designing, this what this is. You can't see it very good, but what it actually does is it'll do a triple stitch and then one stitch, and then a triple stitch and a single stitch, triple stitch and a single stitch. So that's how it sews that. You could change it very easily to the triple stitch, all of it, the back stitch, stem stitch. I mean, it makes life so much easier for you. Now, I want to go back to the satin, and I'm going to take it off True View so you can see that I don't have any underlay on this, so you can see it's just doing the column. Okay, I can go over here and make it wider if I need to. I can offset it, whatever. Also want to show you a brand new thing. It's standard in designing. It's not available for decorating, okay? And it's this one right here. It's called Satin Raised. You can click on that, and what it actually does, if I zoom in on this, it does 3 columns underneath the 3 or 4 underneath the original. So you've got this one right here, and then you got this one, and then you got one that's a little wider, and then it has the actual solid one. Now you can't see this in the True View because there's the satin and there's the raised satin. You can't see it. You can only see it if you take it off of True View. I mean, there's no difference when you look at it like this. I mean, there's a few extra stitches, but you can't see that if you're not zoomed in. Okay, so in order to see what it's actually doing, you need to make sure you're not on True View to see that. But that is standard. It's fabulous, and it makes it look like puffy foam. Okay. So now we got, let me get this off the screen, and this next object in our graphics toolbar is the digitize close shape. So I can digitize any close shape. Now, my default again was on the run, and I can make it a satin. I can make it a fill outline. Okay, that's not a fill solid, but that's a fill outline. But instead of the run stitch, I want it to actually be a fill. So I'm going to choose the tatami fill, which is this one right here. And it fills it in perfectly. Okay. You can choose the satin, and it would be, oops. It would be auto split. You can also choose the satin raised is a fill as well. Zigzag or E-stitch or whatever. So it makes life so much easier when you start digitizing stuff. You don't have to worry about, you know, how you use that tool or whatever. It's just digitize the shape and then do what you want to with it. So if I wanted to, let me just reshape this real fast. Okay, so here's my object, and I wanted to put a border around this now. You can go down to your simple offsets, but it's just this one, so I can duplicate it and change that one to the satin. Boom, done. So fast. I mean, so really fast. So that's the top part of the graphical digitizing. You can also draw a rectangle or a circle or an oval. Again, they can be filled because they're closed. They can be filled, or they can be the run stitches that I have here. There's also the basic shapes. I love this. And you can see that there's all kinds of basic shapes in here that you can say, okay, I want this pretty flower right here. So I'm going to click on that, and now I'm going to click and then just move my mouse, but I don't want it to be flat like this. I want it to be perfect. So I'm going to hold the control key down, and then I'm going to click, and it's going to do the run stitch, because that again is my default. And if I want it, it can be a satin, it can be a fill. Whoops, wrong one, that one. Now designing also has another effect. Okay, it's not a fill, it's an effect, and that is the radial fill. And I can click that, and you can actually see, and I'm going to turn this back to satin so you can see this, and I'm going to change the hole size because you can't see the hole. See, the hole is tinky winky down there. So I'm going to change the hole size to 20 millimeters by 20 millimeters. Okay, so there's the hole. Now you can actually see that that is going, if I turn off the true view, you can see it's going, it's radiating from the center out to the petals. So it looks like a flower, okay? So you could actually utilize that as well. That's, like I said, it's standard in designing. Not available for decorating though, but it is standard in designing. Now I want to show you an element that's available for designing if you want to. It's brand new. Let me go back to these basic shapes, and I'm going to get the star this time because it works really well with this. Okay, so there's my star, and I don't want it to be the outline. I want it to be this, and I'm going to make it yellow so it's a star. Okay, and I'm going to click on the new spiral fill. Okay, so I'm going to select that, and you can see it looks like a star now because it has dimension, and what it's doing is it's going like this. If I turn off the true view, you can see, well, let me turn the, see, it's going around and around and around and around and around and around till it gets to the outer edge. So it makes it look like, it makes it look dimensional. So that, like I said, is an element for designing. It's not standard. It is an element that you can purchase if you need that effect. It's very, very good to do that. Another thing that you can do very easily, let's say you've digitized this shape, and you need to actually put a hole in it. It's a little small, so let me make it a little larger. You need to put a hole in it, so you can actually go down here. We have a toolbar now, add the holes. So I'm going to click here, and I don't need another one, so I can hit enter, and it automatically does the hole out. And it also has the filled holes. Okay, so I'm going to click OK. It will do it as a separate object. I can make it a different color, and I can sew it first. So it's totally, you know, by itself. If you want to get rid of the holes, now this will get rid of all of them had I put more than one in, and if I want to add another one, I simply go here and add this one like this. And if I want to get rid of them all at one time very easily, I just choose the delete holes, and boom, they're gone. Okay. Now I want to show you, I'm going to make this red, and then I'm going to duplicate it and make it a little smaller and make that one white. Okay, so you all would not sew this, I hope, because you would be able to see the red oozing through the white. Okay, so what you want to do is you're going to select the white, and you're going to click on the very last icon that's in the graphical toolbar, and it's not the one that's defaulted. The applique is the default, but you want to click on this one. It's called remove overlaps, and what that does is it will automatically remove the overlap stitches that are underneath it. Okay, this is standard now in decorating and designing, so you get that available as well. Just know if you have multiple objects, let me undo this and duplicate this and change it to orange and move it up one so now it's underneath. So you can see it's on top of the red, but it's underneath the white. If I select this white and hit the remove overlaps, it's going to take out everything underneath it. Okay, just know that. Okay, even if you hide it, it will still take it out. You have to lock it down. So if I wanted to lock this orange, it would not take it out if it's locked. Okay, so that's the remove overlaps standard now in the decorating and designing. We also have some really nice new fonts. If I go over here to the lettering, you can do the drop down, and anything that has the initial 3D in front of it is ready, set, ready to go. You can just type it out and click the create text, and it is ready and digitized for puffy foam. Because if I was to do the regular block 2, it wouldn't have these are called capped ends, it wouldn't have these capped ends on it. And that's what you need for the puffy foam. So these are all ready. Anything that says the 3D is ready for the puff. It's already digitized for puff. So there's that one. Okay. And there's 7 of them, I think. So that's new. Now let me go back and put Wilcom again. But I don't want to use the 3D. I want to use, let's just use this one. And okay, so now I've got this, and something that's totally brand new to the lettering is lettering art. That is more or less envelopes. Say if you want it to arc like this, you just click on it and it'll automatically arc it. If you don't like that one, click this one. You can edit these if you need to, or you can remove the art and it goes back to the default. Okay. Now, we've also added a great deal to the monogramming. The monogramming is now a new Docker. So when you click on the monogramming, it opens the monogramming Docker. Okay. Notice the designs you have, they're separated into categories. The custom is any that I've done myself. The rest of them come with the program. But let's say I want to, this is what my customer wants. Okay, so I'm going to click this, and it pops up on the screen. Just the way you see it. It's the same colors, everything. That's not my initials though. So I can grab the letters, go over here, change it to my initials, and it automatically updates it just that fast. Now you don't want that one. They decide they want this one. Just click on that one, and it'll automatically change it. Now, I might have to change the size of these. So let's go back and change the size. Well, let me do my sisters. There. You can change the size though of this. I'm not liking this one. Looks like a rocket ship anyway. Let's change it to this one. So it automatically changes whatever your letters are up here is what it does. You can also create your own templates, and that's what the custom would go into. You can get a design, put the font that you want in it with, you know, ABC is fine, and it will automatically update everything when you can go into the custom, and it'll be there for you to use with a design or plain. It doesn't matter. Okay, so that is the new monogramming, and it is a Docker now, so I'm going to turn that off now. I do want to open, let me open a design here. Let's open, oops. Notice my open recent is now a drop down with pictures. So you can see, oh, that's the one I want right there. So I'm going to grab that design. Also notice I have tabs now. If I open another design, such as this one, I'll have another tab. So you can easily switch back and forth, and you can easily close the ones you need to close very easily. Okay, so let's just see this, and I want to put this on a garment, and I want to show my customer on a garment. So I'm going to go down here at the bottom to my little t-shirt which is called the product visualizer. It is now a Docker that it pops up over here. And I'm going to choose my products. And what's so really cool is you've got all these products pre-built in. Okay. Let me see if they've got a blanket. Oop. Let's see. Well, let's just put it on this one. So now you can't see it, but I'm going to do the Control 0, and that way you can see the whole thing here. And I'm going to need to set a color of it. So let's make it a light green. So I'm going to turn, or a light yellow. So I'm going to turn this yellow right here, and then apply the color. Ooh, ew, don't like that. So let's make it this soft one. Oh, that's better. Okay. Now, I don't want it placed there. I want it actually placed in this corner right here. Well, it's a pocket. You wouldn't be able to place it like that. So let me choose a different product. Let's do the baby bib. There we go. Let's put this right here in the corner down here. Okay. I don't want to have to move the design. I like where the design is. I want to move this. So I'm going to go to settings, and I can move the product now. Okay, now I want to go to print preview to show you the new stuff that's there. Okay, now this is the regular production worksheet that you're used to printing out, getting the colors for it. If I go to options, I'm going to turn this off and turn the approval sheet on and click OK. And this, where it says terms and conditions, you can type whatever you want here. And you'll notice if I click on this, you have this one that the customer sees the design is great. You'll have a very mini little thumbnail of the garment behind the actual product. Then you have a bigger one, so it actually shows right here. Notice you have the approved by and the date. So you can now, if you look right here, save as a PDF or send PDF via email. So you can actually send this to your customer as a PDF to sign and approve. Okay, so that's now. I'll get back to the rest of this stuff in just a minute. So we're going to close. I do want you to notice another Docker that we have that's new is the design properties, and it's this right here in my Docker toolbar, and it opens the design properties, and you'll notice that I've already saved this one in here, and I've tagged it flowers, corner, and yellow for some bizarre reason. I don't know why. You've got all the design info, the thread colors, stitching, and all that. Now this is totally new. Order. Notice I've done this. The order date was May 3rd on this design, and the due date is tomorrow. I don't have it done yet. Oh dear. The customer's Wilcom, the contact's me. The product type is accessories. The position is the bottom right corner, 10, and it's that. I just made that up, so don't worry about it. And the product color is yellow. Okay, so with that in mind, when I go to that print preview again, all of that information is right here. So your customer is going to see exactly what you're putting it on. So if they say, oh, I didn't want it in the bottom right corner, I wanted it in the center, they can tell you. Okay, so now that being said, I can actually go to a new feature that we have. Okay, and that is this icon here, which is Design Library. You can go straight to the Design Library, and you'll notice that you see designs. Okay, now I'm going to do medium icons so I can actually see these. Ooh, no, that's too small. So let's get some large icons. Oh, good. Very good. Much better. So I'm going to actually, and you can see that I've saved that one and everything. And remember, I tagged that one as flowers. So I'm going to go into the Find and click on Flowers, or just Flower. And it's going to search through and find all the ones that are tagged or have a name. So this one has a flower in the name, so that's why it chose that one. This one is tagged flowers, I'm sure. Where's the one I just did? It's probably at the very end. There it is, right there. And it doesn't have the word flower in its name, but it is because I pathed it and tagged it as flowers, corner, and yellow. Okay, so if I want to change this to corner, it'll automatically find the corners. Okay, doesn't have to be in the name. As long as it's in the tag, it will pick it up. Okay, now if you're looking for your designs and you go to your desktop, and I know I have designs on my desktop, okay, I'm going to click my desktop. Still searching for the corner designs because I still have the search on, okay, and I don't want those. Okay, so I'm going to close out the search, and it actually puts the designs that I have on my desktop. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my embroidery right here, and then this, it's seeing everything. You can search by the name, you can search by any tags, you can search by the customer, the due date, the contact, anything that you put in here, you can search by it very easily. And if you need to open one of them, let's just open this one right here. You just double click on it, and it opens right into Wilcom. So that's totally brand new in the E4. It's, the design library. Very, very useful. So I'm going to close this one. Nope. Now I'm going to close that one as well and go back to this one. Okay, so now we've got this. Something else that's totally new is you get standard now what we used to call the auto-digitized bitmaps. And what that allows you to do is it allows you to bring in a JPEG or bitmap or a PNG, any raster file, and automatically convert it to embroidery. You don't have to go through the trace or anything like that. It'll automatically do that in the background. And it also gives you some really cool tools. And I'm actually going to go and import graphic in, and I'm going to actually import an EPS file. So I'm going to go graphics, and I'm going to get vectors, and let's just do this anchor. Okay. And now, what is this? That's not supposed to be there because it's a bitmap. Because if I go back there and look at it, and I chose this, it's bringing it in as a bitmap. I don't want to do that. I want it to bring it in as the EPS that I have it. So I'm going to click OK or Open, and now look, I have artwork. Okay, so, and these are vectors. I can select each one of these. There are vectors. You can see them in the color object list. There's individual pieces. The other tools that go along with the auto-digitized bitmaps are what we used to call the point and stitch tools, and it's from here to here. This would be, if you wanted to digitize it, what we call a turning satin. So it would go in this direction like this. So all you have to do is click on this turning satin, because this is a vector, and watch. Boom, 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 boom. Literally, that's all you have to do. And it recognizes the color, and it automatically does the color that you need it to do. Now these I want as a complex fill though, so I'm going to choose this one, and I'm going to go here and here. Don't like the stitch angle, so I can edit it. So anything that you do is completely editable, like so. I can reshape anything, do whatever I need to. Okay. Now this one is called a center run, and I'm going to zoom in on this so you can see this. A center line run, and I can do that, and it will put it in the center of the object. Okay. Now if I want a border around that, I just choose this one, which is called the outline run, and I can put a border around it. It is a run stitch, but I have the ability to change it. So if I need it to be a satin, it's going to be really big, but I'll do it anyway. See, it's not good because it's too wide. I'm going to take it back to a triple or a back stitch. Ooh, that's the wrong one. That's a stem stitch. This one. Or the run stitch. You can do very easily change that and everything. So these tools are all standard in both products now. And you get them, and it makes your life so much easier if you have vectors. Let's see. I think that's about it for the new stuff. I showed you the radial fill. It's pretty cool. These are your traditional tools that you had prior to any version that's lower than E4. The decorating does not get this toolbar. Okay, they only get this one and part of this one. So we have made some adjustments to the toolbars that are over here. You'll notice, for instance, this one right here is your arrange toolbar. So you won't actually find it in the toolbar list here, because see, there's no arrange, but it's down here, arrange tools, and you can pop it open and it pops it out. You don't have to go find it. Okay. So we have made changes to that. We've added some new we've added a break apart button, so now you can hit the break apart button if you need to. That's where your knives are. I think that's about it. Yep. Comes with Corel X8. I think I showed you the pictures now. You can see the pictures of the previous viewed designs. Yep, that's about it. So let me now do this. Okay. Sorry. The software sales line is 877-657-7500, and you have the software sales at wilcomamerica.com if you want to email us. There is a special if you attended this webinar. And it has to do with elements. You can get some a special on an element or something. I'm not real sure, but it has to do with the elements. So just say you were on this webinar, and they'll let you know what that is. And I think that's about it. I hope to see you all in a class. We do have classes. If you go to wilcomamerica.com, the classes are listed there, and we have several videos already that you can watch of the E4 and a knowledge base that's fabulous. That if you have any questions. So I hope to see all of you again in class. Bye for now.